Well, I'm out here in Iowa farm country getting ready to go to the Buddy Holly crash site. One of the things I will say on Apple Maps, it has a tendency, and my phone did it to me just a few minutes ago, to want to take you past where you need to turn off. There's a big curve in the road if you look at the Google Maps satellite view, and you want to turn off in the middle of that road. If it wants to take you past it to the west side of the cornfield, and that's not where you want to go. You want to go to the east side, that's where the glasses are, and that's where you want to go. But otherwise, we're going to walk out there. I'll time it, see how long it takes. What some people may not realize is that Surf Ballroom, the crash site, and the Mesa City Airport, where the plane took off from, they're all really close together. It's only about 3.5 miles from the ballroom to the airport. It's a little over 6 miles from the ballroom to the crash site. And as the crow flies, it's only about 5 miles from the airport to the crash site. So those guys, they weren't in the air for very long at all, just a few minutes. But we'll walk out there and we'll take a look at it. So I'll just give you a little perspective. When you pull up here, what it looks like. Yeah, it's just Iowa farm country. And you just park on the side of the road. It's near an intersection of 315th Street and Gull Avenue. You just pull up and park right there. They've painted these since the last time I was here. They were white. I don't know who takes care of it. The walk down here, it takes about, well, I'll time it. It's about 2/10 of a mile, so I'll time it and see how long it takes. So here I'm coming up on it. It's pretty chilly. It took me 6.5 minutes. I walked at a pretty brisk pace. But it's just here on this tree row. I imagine the plane would have came from that direction, southeast. So the Civil Aeronautics Board report, that's the Civil Aeronautics Board, predates the NTSB. They said that the plane struck the ground with its right wingtip in a nose down fashion and cartwheeled and basically just folded up like a tin can on itself, and it came to rest against that fence post. You know, I'd have to imagine that it's really gray today and it's cold, that it doesn't look a whole lot different than it did to the folks that first showed up to the crash site. You see the famous photo of the plane here to the left and the cars parked in the field. And there are trees in those pictures right at the edge of the horizon there, you see, and I couldn't figure out, but if you go look at historical area photos, there's some taken every decade, 50, 60, 70, 1980. There are trees there in the 1950 and 60 aerial photos. There's a large stand of trees there just close to the road, but in the 1970 they're gone. So there used to be trees there. That's why it doesn't necessarily match up perfectly when you look now. When I realized that they were only in the air for just a few minutes, a couple, maybe 2 or 3, I thought, man, it's terrible. But it doesn't matter if it was 2 hours or 2 minutes. The end result was the same. They just weren't in the plane very long at all. But that's it. That's what it's like here in Clear Lake, Iowa. All right, we're getting back to the vehicle. I don't know if you can see it in the video. There, way out the horizon, there's I-35. Cars coming and going. Of course, that was not there. February 1959.
close.
So that back door in the middle right there, that is the back door to the little green room, the famous green room that has all the signatures. And it's out that door, almost certainly, that Buddy Holly, JP Richardson, and Ritchie Valens came out of that night a little after midnight, maybe around 12:30, and loaded up and got in the station wagon owned by Jerry Dwyer of Dwyer's Flight Service, who managed the airport and owned the plane that they rode in. But that's the door right there, and that's where they would have came out of that night.